Look at that. Do you see that? There's a dog there. And the guy opened the sunroof. And the dog is... Okay, maybe I'll take... you know... This is like... This dog, right? He cannot say anything. Hey, why are you taking my picture? So, which is cool. Because, yeah, you know, sometimes people give you a hard time, right? If they see you. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, we have kids over here, right? But since dogs usually cannot talk, I have my massive Z9 over here. And of course the dog, as soon as I took the camera, the dog turned his eye towards me. Well, at least I took a shot from the car. Different angle of this building. Yeah, not very lucky today with pictures, but basically I love this, you know, checking online to see what's available. What you can do on the weekend. Yeah, +8 right now, man. It's like what, 47F. So basically let's get home before this. Oh shoot. Yeah, man. And it's because she gave me ice, and it starts melting. Basically I just drove 31 kilometers.
Head west toward Greenbrier Drive northwest.
But that's okay. We need to break in the Hellcat, right? So this video is about, this part of the video is
continue on Greenbrier Boulevard northwest for 800 meters.
POV driving of my 22 Dodge Challenger.
Head south toward Greenbrier Boulevard northwest, then turn right onto Greenbrier Boulevard northwest.
Yeah, there's no left turn
Head
over
north
there.
toward Greenbrier Drive northwest, then turn left onto Greenbrier Drive northwest. Turn left onto Greenbrier Drive northwest. In 100 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Greenbrier Boulevard northwest.
Gorgeous day today. You know, Easter, right? And they say that that's when the spring really starts usually. But I didn't even know that they have this ski place, I mean skiing place over there. It's pretty cool.
In 500 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Beaufort Road northwest.
Yeah, I wanted to go visit my friend in Edmonton, but then decided against it because all we could do would be just meet for lunch. And I like the guy, but driving 300 kilometers one way to have, you know, 2-hour lunch and then 300 kilometers back, it's a bit too much. Sorry.
Exit the roundabout onto Beaufort Road Northwest. In 200 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit and stay on Beaufort Road Northwest.
And quite a few times, you know, I noticed something. When you're single and you're cooking at home, quite often
use the right lane to take the 16th Avenue Northwest ramp.
Quite often you spend the same, if not more, on food.
In 500 meters, merge onto 16th Avenue Northwest, Trans-Canada Highway.
When buying retail, you know, like for example, now if I were to go to a restaurant and ask for, you know, grilled salmon, it would not be 20 bucks. Of course, it would not be wild caught salmon, but
merge onto 16th Avenue Northwest, Trans-Canada Highway, then use the right 2 lanes to take exit 177.
177, this one. Yeah, so you see I'm passing back, so that's
use
Calgary.
The right 2 lanes to take exit 177.
That's Calgary Farmers Market, so that's the ski resort over there.
Continue for 18 kilometers.
And this is it. This is kind of like the end, you know, the end of town. Here you see nothing is developed, but Calgary is such a great town, you know. But I see that lots of construction machinery over there. I see a couple of dozers, a couple of excavators, a big wheel loader. This is a monster over here, man. That's Cat 390. You can tell by the counterweight, you know, that it's a monster. That's probably my favorite machine, you know, when I was a trucker to move, and I was moving this heavy equipment. Probably excavators were the coolest because they're so easy to operate. You can drive them at, you know, you can walk them, as they say, right? I don't know, 1 mile an hour if you want. So they're really easy to control, right, and turn when you know, you want to be precise on your trailer. And so yeah, because Calgary is such a huge city, I don't think I'll have any trouble reaching 500 kilometers on the odometer. So right now I'm already at 327, right? And so today, for example, it's 30 kilometers this way, 30 kilometers this way. That's already 60 clicks, right? So I don't need to drive to Edmonton because I thought I would just finish my phase 2 of the break-in, right? So now I'm in phase 2. So phase 2 from 160 kilometers to 485 kilometers, I can do 112 clicks an hour with no full throttle and not going over 5,000 RPM, which, like, I would never do. Like right now I'm driving, as you can see, probably at 102 clicks an hour, and my RPM is about 1250, 1300. So like to get to 5,000 RPM, I would have to get the needle to the very top of the speedometer, 340 clicks an hour, which, you know, you need a racetrack for that. But so yeah, so now I'm driving faster than during the first 100 miles or 160 kilometers, right? Instead of 90 clicks an hour, now I can do 112, but still no full throttle, and I wouldn't want to do that because the wheels would definitely be spinning. But actually, I'm pretty happy with this, with these performance tires. You know, I do see a difference. This is the first time ever I use seasonal tires like that. Like all my previous cars and pickup trucks, they had all season tires. And I remember I had issues with when I had Challenger 6.4 and I had Charger. Like weather like this, if I pushed gas a bit too aggressive, I could feel that the tires were spinning. You know, like this one so far, of course I'm being careful, but so far these performance Pirelli summer tires, you know, feel awesome. And so actually I'm happy that I have them. And so if I keep the car, I'll just get nice winter tires in probably October and keep driving it. And that ski resort, I might come back there. I don't know if it's open in the summer. Maybe they offer something, but it would be cool to get to the very top of that hill and maybe take a few shots of downtown Calgary. I bet the views from that are amazing. And so this is Calgary, so you gotta stay away because of course now the roads are dry, but you never know. There's a lot of windshield damage going on here. Yeah, I definitely need to get a radar detector, which are surprisingly legal in Alberta. I just need to find the one that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and like one of the not the oldest technology, because you know, like you can buy something and then it's not gonna detect these new radars that cops are using, right? So, and I never had a radar detector because where I used to live in Ontario, they were illegal, and all nearby states prohibited them, you know. So it's amazing that here, you know, they're so strict about speed, and yet they allow radar detectors, which maybe they do it on purpose so that people, you know, are more conscious of their speed. By the way, this car, the first time ever, like there's quite a few features that I never had before. Like I mentioned, blind spot detector, very useful, even though, you know, this car has very good visibility due to you know, wide doors. This Challenger, it feels like a space shuttle, you know. It's an amazing car, but that one, it's a good safety feature, right? Never had that before. Never had performance summer tires. This is the first car where I have those. And number 3, never had adaptive cruise control, believe it or not. Like, well, now it's off, but basically I think it's over here. I never used it yet. I just use regular cruise control, but of course adaptive is so much better, you know, on long trips. So you set your speed so that it'll detect the car in front of you and slow down, because there's a camera there under the in the bumper. There's a camera, and also there's another camera here, so it's like, oh, and so yeah, so adaptive cruise control, that's another feature I never had. Collision warning, I saw that one on a rental car. Oh yeah, when I had the Dodge Durango, but on my own personal vehicle I never had this. So this one supposedly has that collision warning, because I mentioned this when the dealer was ordering this car, they checked every box for options. Every single option that was available, they checked. Which of course made the car expensive, but it makes it a pleasure to drive, because you know it's a luxury car. Climate control, leather seats, carbon fiber, and probably the last feature I never had, maybe the last couple, I never had a supercharged engine. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about maybe getting a Pro Charger system for one of my previous cars, but that's like $8,000 US just for the kit. And then of course, you know, I wouldn't be able to install it myself, so you have to pay another. I actually called a place in Kitchener, Ontario when I was over there. I was thinking of doing this, like instead of selling the Charger or trading it in, I thought I would borrow some money from my credit cards and do this, and maybe make some, I know, YouTube videos about this. But so I called a place that I know was listed on the Pro Charger website as a dealer, and they said, yeah, we do install. And I remember I asked them a couple of options, like which supercharger you recommend. And because I found another one, I forgot the name, but besides Pro Charger there was another one which was cheaper, but this guy said they had experience installing both the cheaper one and the Pro Charger, and he says that other one was a nightmare because there's no very poor documentation. And also if you have a problem, because of course it's a supercharged engine, you know, it's a finicky engine, you have to be something can go wrong, right? Especially if you when you start racing. And he says those guys have awful customer support. He says you'd be waiting, let's say something break down and you're on warranty, everything is fine, but you'll wait for that part.
Keep left to continue on Alberta 201 East.
You'll wait for that part, you know, for a month. He says Pro Charger, excellent customer service, and they're not paying me for this, but that's what I heard. Like honestly, they say excellent customer service and excellent, very detailed, easy to understand documentation.
Keep left to continue on Alberta 201 East.
And so I was seriously thinking about getting that one. But so yeah, the dealer, so I said, how much would it cost?
201 East for 7 kilometers.
How much would it cost to install? And they said about I think it was like $1,500 US, or what, over $2,000. Over $2,000 Canadian. And so never had a supercharger, and probably now it's the last but not least, never had a car with, or pickup truck with more than 500 horsepower. So the most powerful vehicle besides my semi-truck, which had 605 horsepower and 2,050 pounds of torque, the most powerful personal vehicle was hands down Dodge Challenger 392 with a 6.4 liter V8. That thing was awesome. It had 485 horsepower. 485. And this is, so now I'm driving with a black key. So it's 500 horsepower, because I don't want to touch the red key until I go through phase 2 of break-in. And so, okay, so let's try this, let's try the adaptive cruise control. Okay, how do we do this? Probably this one. This one, ACC ready, set. Okay, 111, that's a bit too much, let's do 110. So we do 110, oh, and it shows a little green picture, like lines like this, like detecting. So this thing detects if there's anything in front of me. So let's see how well it works. Well, there's nobody in front of me. But this is the first time ever I'm using. So basically, instead of the regular button here in the middle, you push like these 3 buttons over here. at the bottom. And so yeah, the red key, like I think 21 Hellcat had 707 horsepower. This one has 717, 717, and 650 torque. So, like I said, lots of new things for me in this car. But probably, yeah, the most important one is the supercharger. And then the amount of power I have.
In 800 meters, keep left to stay on Alberta 201 East.
Now, what is this guy going to do? Is he exiting? Yeah, looks like he's exiting. Yeah, I'm just...
Keep left to stay on Alberta 201 East.
I'm just being cautious. You know, just going slightly over the speed limit.
Continue on Alberta 201 East for 2 kilometers.
Uh-oh. Bison transport. Battle stations, battle stations. And the guy behind him. No, that cannot be a cop. Okay, probably let's go this way. Bison transport. Day cab, probably doing food deliveries.
In 800 meters, take exit 64 towards 60th Street Northeast.
Okay, cruise control. Cancel. Adaptive cruise control off. Oh, that's what the abbreviation is. ACC. ACC. Which is pretty cool.
Take exit 64.
And that's it. So I'm already at 352 clicks. Wow. Like, you know, in a big city, right? Big city.
600 meters, continue on to 60th Street Northeast.
There's distances are large. This is not like living in Cambridge, where Ontario, when I would go from a hotel to the coffee shop 3 kilometers one way. Like here, I just did 65 clicks, 40 miles, just in one morning. So yeah, I feel confident that phase 2 of the break-in will be done in no time, because all I need now is 353.
Meters, turn right onto 128th Avenue Northeast.
I need 130 kilometers, which is 80 miles, 85 miles. And that's it, and we'll be done. And then I can drive 135 an hour max, and I can do full throttle, but briefly, not like for extended period of time. But as far as I'm concerned, after phase 2, I'm not gonna hold anything back except racing. I don't want to do racing.
Turn right onto 128th Avenue Northeast, then
No, yeah, I'm probably just gonna go. I need to buy something here. Oh, and last thing, this thing has amazing brakes, you know. Probably this is also something I never had before. I forgot. The brakes on this one feel so much stronger than on my previous Charger, on my previous Challenger 6.4, and what did I have before that? Ford Mustang V6. Like, this is definitely way better. So, performance brakes. This will come very handy when you're driving, you know, like on a racetrack, 130, 140, 150 clicks an hour. And then you're coming to a turn, to a wall, and you have to turn and brake. Oh, and in terms of security, I looked out my window yesterday. I was just at night. For some reason, I got up at 2 o'clock, and I was curious. I remember the Ram truck. If you guys remember, when I traded in my Dodge Charger, and I bought this one, but it was still on the way. It was still like a month away. The dealer took my Charger right away, and I said, hey, what is this? Like, now basically you're charging me the Hellcat price, but it's still 1 month away. And the guy says, oh, it's okay, we'll give you a pickup truck. And so they gave me a pickup truck, that Ram, that actually was pretty cool because it allowed me to buy and move all the stuff from my apartment, right? The furniture, the TV, the bed. I didn't have to get an Uber or something. It was pretty good. But the first thing I noticed about that pickup truck, when it was parked, and at night I think I went out to throw out garbage or something, and I was coming back facing the pickup truck, and I saw it had a blinking light in here, blinking red light, you know. I never had, like, basically security. I never had that on my Charger or Challenger. It probably had some primitive security system, but it did not have this flashing light. So now I wake up in the morning, 2 o'clock, and my car was facing away from me, and still I saw on the dash there was a flashing red light. I like this, you know, because this is kind of like a deterrent feature, which is pretty cool. Okay, so this is the plaza where I usually go for lunch and stuff like that. There's a McDonald's over there. There's my Jaffa shawarma. Okay, this is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this ride in my POV driving in my 22 Dodge Challenger 6.2 Hellcat.